So Rio, we're talking transfers, but we are also talking futures as well. And when you look back to kind of that huge move you made to Leeds when you were really young, I mean, what advice would you give to parents who are looking at their children now, who are looking to make sort of their big move?
You're testing me, it's a long time ago that now. But most important thing is you know what options are out there. I think there's no chance that you go into that situation and just accept the first thing on the table. You're just kind of dribbling down a blind alley. You've got to look out there and see what the market looks like.
So, you know, basically it's really important for parents and guardians to have those conversations, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Those conversations can be what kicks everything off, so they can steer you in the right direction and give you some real solid advice.
Yeah, and when you say right direction, what does that mean? How does that manifest itself?
Sometimes you need your parents to kind of just like press the buttons to enable you to start thinking and seeing those things clearer as a young person.
Let's look at it from the employer's perspective. What would they be looking for?
I mean, when I was at Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson, he would mainly go after players who he knew would have the same work ethic, who were driven, who had that desire, first and foremost, and the gaffer didn't get many of them wrong.
Yeah, he did it pretty well. Your team did all right, didn't they?
Yeah, we done all right.
You did all right over the years.
Yeah.
Talk to me more about, I suppose, the different avenues that you can explore if you're a parent and you're watching this now. What is a good next step for them?
Your kid might already know exactly what they want to do. And in that case, you can direct them towards a relevant apprenticeship or T-level or whatever it may be. But that's very rare. You've got kids, I've got kids. When you ask them what do they want to do, they look at you with a blank expression as if like, what am I going to do? But if they don't have a clue what to do, you keep the conversations going, help them know that there are options out there, where to go for that. There's so much information out there, including on the Talking Futures website.
Yeah, exactly. Really great resource to access as well. Look, let's fast forward a bit. Let's imagine for any parents out there whose child has taken on an apprenticeship. That's sort of a different position to be in.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Serious.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's true because, you know, it's a big step. And I guess the question is, sort of, how do parents make sure that whatever their child is going into, that it is actually the right thing for them?
I think this is why the application is so important and the interview process is so important. Listen, it's just like scouting in football, but also the other way around. So the candidate can feel confident that the company is the right one for them, because I don't think there's anything worse than going into something and you're not aligned in that sense. And that can be intimidating in itself, by the way.
Yeah, it can. I mean, that's what I was going to say. I mean, how do you, as a professional and what you've learned over the years, if there's something that you can pass down in terms of combating that nervousness? I
think if I ever went into any situation and I wasn't prepared, nerves and fear could creep in. And that's where T-level can really, really help. With a T-level, your child isn't going to feel like they've been thrown into the deep end because they've already had a little taster of the work on the T-level industry placement. Do the research and go in there confident. There's so many resources available to parents that can help them and get not only them, but their children up to speed on all of this.
And that's the key thing, because you've got to have those conversations as parents and kids. You've got to do that together.
Exactly, and you've got to talk to your child regularly about this stuff. Help them figure out what they like and what the right environment is for them to thrive.
Finally, I suppose, how important were your parents?
Yeah, I mean, they were imperative. They were huge in everything every decision I made. Ultimately, they were the closest ones to me, who knew me best. But listen, whether it's a Premier League footballer, childcarer like my mum, or a tailor like my dad, they had plenty of valuable things to say, because there's parallels in everything. And even if they hadn't been in the work that they still wanted the best for me. Putting your best foot forward, being polite, do you know what I mean? Being likeable in a working environment. These things are transferable from any industry, and my parents made me very, very aware of that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is it for now. For more analysis, make sure you go over to talkingfutures.org.uk. But from myself and from Rio, bye-bye for now.